Alright, this is a game that actually I guess let's start it. Free camera. Did I click play? I did not. Okay. This was a game that RoboRosko Acid Meted Cast. It's supposed to be a pretty good game. Pretty long. Let's see, Faceless Void, going safe lane, standard stout shield, and the quelling blade with a vengeful spirit support. It's been a while since I've seen a venge. Actually, I don't know. I guess he's picked pretty often this patch. With a Keeper of the Light, it started a windlace and a stick against the Pudge offlane. No, it's a Pudge support. Started windlace, offlane Magnus. Going for the quelling blade with a mid OD versus a mid Ember Spirit. Ember with the stout shield and the quelling blade. This is an offlane Bat Rider. Mango's windlace. There's a lot of windlaces this patch, I guess. At least in this game. Monkey King, safe lane, going for the Wraith Bands. Does not have a stout shield, interestingly enough. But, what do I know? Grimstroke with the two mantles, going for null talismans. Looks like there's kind of a little fight right here. Keeper of the Light, just giving a couple of right clicks to Magnus. Does just look like they're going to trade runes here. Actually, Faceless Void does get that rune, so it's actually 3 runes for the Dire versus the 1 rune for the Radiant. That's pretty nice. Oh, excuse me, what's that? Needed some water. I kind of feel like I'm losing my voice. There's a good ward right here. It's going to... This is a good safe lane ward. Gives a lot of vision, any TPs, rotations. It's actually, they rotated. It looks like it is an Ember Spirit off lane versus the Bat Rider mid lane. I'm maybe expecting the... I don't know what they expected. Maybe expecting the Monkey mid? I don't know. Ember's going to struggle in this lane. He's going to get not a lot if they play it well. Bat Rider, on the other hand, should be doing 6 stacks on the OD. Jeez. Yeah, should be a good lane for the Bat Rider. Faceless Void, Keeper of the Light, and Avenge tri-lane versus a Magnus and a Pudge. Unless anyone gets hooked, unless I guess just the Coddle gets hooked. Hook and the Skewer, I guess, is a combo, but it's going to be hard to find kills. Just farming. Let's check the mid lane. Working on last hits. Look at that. 10 stacks. Oh, he let him fall off. With 10 stacks and level 2, he should have just ran him down. I guess he does have 2 points in the Astral, but that is a lot of damage. How much? Let's see, what does that scale to? Extra damage 10, so that's 100 extra damage per tick. It's 110 damage per second. That's outrageous. That's not even counting autos. That's a lot of stacks. Is he going to try to run this OD down? Does have 6 stacks. Does not have Astral up. Is just going to run him down. First blood on the Bat Rider. Very well played. Just OD let himself get 1 too many stacks. Playing a little too greedy. TP top lane from the Grimstroke. Decided to rotate. Does not look like good. What is that? What is that ability even called? Illuminate. Okay, Illuminate hits 2. Good poke, but onto the Faceless Void, but he just time walks it off. Now that Grimstroke's not here anymore, Ember should be able to get slightly amounts of farm. But yeah, Monkey King just runs him down whenever he wants. There's no Orb of Venom on the Monkey King. Good hook on the Keeper of the Light from the Pudge. Is going to die. Pull back on the Shockwave. Does land the silence onto the Vengeful Spirit as well, who is also just going to die from right clicks. Does die to the creeps, I believe. Faceless Void chasing down the Pudge. Pudge does look like he's going to be able to escape. Bat Rider ran down OD again in the mid. Does have flame break. I guess just got a lot of stacks again. Ooh, hook narrowly misses. No boots. Ember, what's it? 3 to 16. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I mean, I'm really surprised he's letting Ember even get experience in this lane though. But 2 mantles of intelligence. It went for the energy booster straight. Faceless Void time walks in. That is a ballsy time walk, followed up by the silence on a void that does not have time walk. Is eating the, what is that, Stroke of Fate from the Grinstroke, so he's not going to die. Does get Shockwave, does have time walk in a couple of seconds. We'll talk about mid lane in a second. Is Faceless Void really going to live? They just let him live? Does not DPR get skewered, does die. Okay, that was they let him live way too long. Batrider with another kill onto the OD. He's, what is Bat? 3-0 now? Yeah, 3-0. Does pick up a regen rune even to make things worse. SOD is struggling massively in this lane. But like I said, it's a very good lane for the Batrider. He is going for the Blink Dagger second, or first item. Which I wouldn't like to see. As well as he's doing, I'd really like to see him do drums or something first. But a nice time, early blink's always a good option. Is this going to be 4 runes for the for the Dire? It does look like it's going to be 4 runes for the Dire. Pudge running in the Keep of the Light. Keep of the Light does get the rune. Is he going to go for hook? Does not go for hook. So there's 4 runes for the Dire. Oh wait, whoops. My fan was on. My bad. Faceless Void trading autos does bash the bash the Grimstroke. Illuminate gets the kill. Also bashes the Magnus. Dodges the hook from the Pudge with the time walk. Is going to survive thanks to a nice time stun from the Vengeful Spirit. That is 2 kills on the Keep of the Light. Sadly, Faceless Void didn't get any of those. Grimstroke. Wait, Void died? I guess it TP'd in and Stroke of Fated and killed the Void. And then question mark pings, or question marks. I don't know what I don't know what happened, but apparently it confused the Grimstroke. Faceless Void in the mid lane now, with just the Morbid Mask, is getting right-clicked by the OD. Batrider does rotate in the bot lane and kills off the Monkey King. Ember going for the bottle. What did Batrider TP'd back to the fountain? Keeper of the Light. I guess Keeper of the Light and Venge now have this lane to themselves. Interestingly enough. Faceless Void is trying to contest for the mid lane instead of staying in the top lane. I felt like he had a pretty free lane up there. I guess maybe not so once Grimstroke came, but it was still a relatively good lane for him. But it has just went mid. He's not getting harassed as much as I expected him to. He's kind of under-leveled, but is farming fairly well. We'll have his... Does have enough for the Mask of Madness. Yeah, does pick it up. His Pudge, there's no vision, so I doubt he's gonna... Might go for Blind Hook, but with no vision, there's no guarantee. Batrider going in onto the OD. Does not land the Sticky Napalm. Vengeful Spirit silenced. Grimstroke does not commit, does not get the stun. I guess he was thinking that hook would land, but sadly it does not land. Vengeful Spirit makes it away. Does have boots, so it's pretty speedy. Ember in the bot lane. Still struggling for last hits. Going for a phase boots. 2 Wraithbands into phase boots for the Monkey King. Faceless Void time walks in and pops Mask of Madness onto the OD. Jump in from the Ember Spirit Chain does land, but there's not a lot of follow-up damage. In the top lane, however, the Bat Rider had a double damage rune, did use Lasso, picked off the Pudge, and the Magnus is also going to get a return, or get another kill on the Grimstroke. As a triple kill for the Bat Rider. Is he also going to kill Magnus for his second time? Does not. Does pop Sticky Napalm and what is this? Firefly. Does have mana to get a second one. Does kill him, so that is an ultra kill at 8 minutes for the Bat Rider. Does now have the blink and 800 gold as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
OD farming pretty well. I would have liked to see Bat Rider stay mid and just dominate this lane. But he is making good rotations and getting a lot of kills, but OD is now doing quite well. 36 last hits. Level 8 already. What is Bat Rider? Yeah, level 8. So he's now under-leveled. Let's check the net worth as well. Does have extremely high net worth, though. 1,600 over the OD. OD going for Midas. Void does have the Massive Madness going straight for crit. One Wraith Band on the Ember Spirit. Looks like he's going for a second Wraith Band as well. Monkey King does have Faced Boots. Is going for the what is this? Echo Saber second. Magnus going for Blink. Does have the Arcanes. 2 points in Shockwave. Pudge just saving up for treads. Has a completed Magic Wand, but he is in a tri-lane, so it's worth it. Mid lane. Oh wait, it was bot lane. Another rotation from the Bat Rider. Blinks and uses. I guess it's the blink reveal. Uses the lasso. Gets a kill on the Monkey King. I guess we should just be following the Bat Rider. He's the playmaker. He's doing extremely well. 9-0 actually. Holy jeez. Venge does pick up the haste rune that Bat Rider pinged. Are they going to make a rotation in the mid lane? They do. He does not dodge his stun with Astral, gets bashed, and then Chronoed. Flame Break almost pushes them out of the Chrono, but it does not. TP in from the Grimstroke. Does not have Soulbind. Pudge level 4. Keeper of the Light is level 6, so he does now have the Will-O-Wisp. It's a very strong spell. Bat Rider just poking a little bit with the Flame Break, giving all of the farm to Faceless Void, who is low health. It looks like he's going to go for the Shrine. Does not have Time Warp for a couple of seconds. Bat Rider decides to just run down the Grimstroke. I guess landed a couple of sticky napalms. I guess he also does have the Blink. Decided he's just going to go for it. Is going for the Force Staff next. Has it in about 500 gold. Does get the Spell Amp talent. I'm always a big fan of it. Going for an Aether Lens on the Keeper of the Light. Is getting all of the farm in this lane. Excuse me.
Missing top.
Ooh, I really hope I'm not losing my voice, but it sounds like I am. It's not good. The Blades of Attack and the Recipe on the Void. 700 gold till he has the completed Chrysalis. Lasso used on the Monkey King. Monkey King is dead for a third time. Bat Rider with the extremely good rotations. Sadly, they're not doing too much out of it, but I guess they just don't have a lineup to make good use of it. They don't have good pushers outside of the Venge. So even though he is making all of these plays, they're not getting towers out of it yet. 20 attack speed on the OD. Are they going to kill this? Swap from the Venge onto the Grimstroke, followed up by stun and a Flame Break to knock him back. Chains does land on the Grimstroke. Grimstroke is more than likely dead here. Fairy Fires does die to the Firefly. Keeper of the Light just up here spamming Illuminates.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That one's a little short, but he is getting a lot of farm up here. They really should be trying to contest this, but I don't know if they can. So he's just, there's an uncontested Keeper of the Light. Is going to have a very nice time to Aghanims if he keeps this farm up. OD does die in the mid lane. It was Chrono, expended Chrono was used, so it was a Venge rotation. Probably swap, I don't know, I think it has 2 charges now. Yeah, so probably a swap into the stun, followed up by a Chrono. Where's Bat Rider? Let's just follow Bat Rider. Wait, where's Bat Rider? Green, there he is. Bat Rider does now have the Force F going for the Aether Lens, 3rd item. Is he going to try to make a play on this low health Magnus? Does Blinding Light him away? Does get the Blink Lasso though, Force F's back. It does get skewered in with him, so that just helps him. Does manage to get the kill onto the Magnus with the Firefly and the Flame Break. Keep with the Light, still just spamming out. Gets all those last hits, nice and juicy. Monkey King, about 800 gold from his Echo Saber, that'll be pretty nice once he gets it. Ember Spirit with the treads, soon to have treads. Bat Rider looking to make a play on the OD, but OD does have it warded, so he's playing extremely safe. With the Midas going for the phase next. Magnus putting points in Shockwave, just farming the jungle. Grimstroke level 9. I guess Grimstroke is the one that has had the farm in this lane.
You get what you deserve.
Since Magnus has moved to the jungle. Does have the RP though. Almost about 800 gold from the Blink. Well, it's 2259, isn't it? Yeah, so 900 gold from the Blink. Monkey King does use the Wukong's command, and the silence from the Grimstroke is enough to kill the Ember Spirit. Bat Rider blinks away from the hook. Is he going to TP? Does not TP. Does have lasso up in 4 seconds. TP's now. Grimstroke just... Grimstroke. OD just harassing the Void a bit. Void does have the completed Chrysalis. Does just Chrono the... Does Chrono the OD. Does get 2 bashes. Or 2 crits and then a bash. And then the stun follow up from the Vengeful Spirit is enough to get the kill. Pudge maybe going to fish for hook on the Vengeful Spirit. Does get the hook on the Vengeful Spirit. Does die. Flame Break does not cancel the Dismember from the Pudge. Grimstroke landed the stun onto the Bat Rider, but Bat Rider just 4 staffs and does get the kill. Does someone have Necro Books? No? Am I crazy? I guess I'm just crazy. Void with the Invis rune. Coming at the top lane. There's no one up here. They are sieging this tower. Does look like they're going to get this tier 1. They do get the tier 1. Tier 1 in the bot lane. Bat Rider's here to save it. Monkey King just farming the jungle. Does have his Echo Saber completed. Almost level 12 for the 2nd level on Wukong's command. Phase boots up on the OD, going for the Sanjin Kaya, it looks like next. I mean, he has 2 Kayas queued up, but I'm pretty sure he wants to go for the Sanjin Kaya. Pudge going for the Urn, does have it now, if that's correct. Does he have the rest of it? Yeah, it does have the enough gold for the Urn. 2 null talismans on the Grimstroke. I guess we can go to net worth now. Net worth, Bat Rider leading with 7k, Void almost even with him. Bat Rider does manage to get a kill on the Magnus, does lasso the Monkey King. Monkey King does die. Venge lands a stun onto the OD. OD also dies. That is a killing spree for the Void, double kill for the Pudge. TP's in, lands a hook on the Bat Rider, just dies in return. That is a double kill for the Faceless Void, double kill for the Bat Rider. Grimstroke gets a little too frisky. They do see him. Double Remnant in, followed by chains and a swap. Then a stun from the Vengeful Spirit. Ember Spirit does get the kill on the Grimstroke. That is a 5-0. 8k in lead at 17 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
This is a pretty action-packed game. This Bat Rider is making massive plays. 16-0-4. I think this is a long game. I wonder what happens. Keep with the light. 1200 away from his Aghanims. That'll be a 20-minute in Aghanims on a keep the line at 7k net worth. Chrono onto the OD. Does die. He does, however, get hooked from the Pudge by the Pudge and does die in return. Good RP followed by a skewer into the Wukong's command. Vengeful Spirit is able to walk away because of the blinding light from the Keeper of the Light. Lasso onto the Monkey King. The Illuminate sadly does not land. Swap from the Venge trying to save herself. Does die still. Is she going to stun the Monkey King? Does not stun the Monkey King. Bat Rider does manage to escape, as does the Keeper of the Light. He is trying to get a kill on this Monkey King with the 7 stacks. Does die to the Flame Break. Fireflies and 4 staffs down the hill. Is he also going to try to kill the Grimstroke? Does not try to kill the Grimstroke. Does have Blink, just blinks away. Does get illuminated, or does get mana from the Coddle. Coddle just going to blast the mid lane, clear the wave. OD in the bot lane is about 1100 gold away from his Kaya. It's only 6k net worth. It's a 9k lead at 19 minutes for the Dire team. Ember with the double damage does not manage to get the chains, loses vision. Is going to remnant in and chase. Wait, he did not chains. He still has chains. Pudge does land a long range hook. Is dismembered. Is probably going to die. Does die. Tower gets the kill, so the gold was split, so it's not that bad. It could have been worse. Monkey King on the trees looking to set up some kills. Does get vision. They did see him. They do knock him out of the trees with the Flame Break, followed up by the stun from the Vengeful Spirit. Is blinding lighted back into the team, followed by the lasso into the Firefly. He does just die. Stroke of Fate does miss everyone. So Monkey King dead again. He is 2 and 6. Is not doing great. Does have the Shadow Blade queued up. Tier 1 in the bot lane still standing though. Tier 2 in the top lane being pushed by the Void. Void, I guess, has a completed Aghanim Scepter at 20 minutes, so his Master Madness, Aghanims at crit. Does Chrono the OD is not going to get the kill here. I should have chronoed or astraled him, so he probably will die. Does not die. Time walks away. OD manages to live. Comes back minus. Sadly, he picks up his Aghanims after he chronos. Grimstroke and Pudge dead in the bot lane. That is what, swap used? Yeah, swap used into the Will-O-Wisp used. Does have Aghanims now on the Keeper of the Light, so he is going to be able to heal people in the daytime. I guess he's just topping off the Bat Rider in the Venge here. Bat Rider does have Tranquil, so he's going to naturally regen as well. Is going to clear this mid lane. Void farming a bit, is queuing straight for the Daedalus next item. Does have 15 damage and the 70 time lock damage. 2-second flame break burn duration. The minus armor on the Venge. The spell life still on the Keeper of the Light, actually. What does Ember have? Went for the 25 damage talent. Kaya has enough gold to finish the Kaya on the OD. Went for the attack speed talent. Swap onto the Monkey. Wait, who did he swap? Swap onto the Pudge, maybe. Good RP from the Magnus. Does land on 2. They do kill the Faceless Void. Bat Rider manages to force F out. Venge does die. Does leave the Ghost. Flame Break onto the Magnus. Magnus 3 sticky napalm stacks. Is not going to die to the Bat Rider. Bat Rider getting harassed down. Does die to the... what is this called? Boundless Strike from the Wukong. So that is a 3-for-0. Favored towards the Radiant team. 5k XP swing. Holy snap. And a 3k gold advantage. Still 9k. So that is not fights you want to keep trying to take. Does have the Kaya complete on the OD. Is going for the Sage Kaya, followed by the BKB. Allegedly. Earn on the Pudge. Blink was revealed on the Magnus, I believe. Maybe he had it before then, but it was a great Blink RP on 2. Chrono is up on the Void, going for Daedalus next. Does have the Aghanims, obviously.
Tower is under attack.
Grimstroke has a completed Kaya. Excuse me. Has a completed Kaya on the Grimstroke, so his damage output is really nice. Dismember onto the Ancients from the Pudge, but he's still not going to be able to farm them. Is he actually going to die to them? No. He's just going to walk away. Why is this creep just standing here? Does miss the hook on it? I don't think you can hook him, actually. Chrono used on the Pudge. Pudge does die. And also gets the ward. Kaya on the Grimstroke. Massive deep push. Wukong does now have... Why am I saying Wukong? Monkey King. This has got me confused. Monkey King does now have the completed Shadow Blade.
Middle tower is under attack.
Chrono from... Or not Chrono. Some movement speed. 4 staff on the Vengeful Spirit. Kaya on the Bat Rider, who's going for the Aghanim Scepter next. Is Monkey King... Monkey King should be able to kill Ember Spirit here. Ember has no mana. Does get lassoed by the Bat Rider. Is getting a lot of damage since he tried to channel the Wukong's command. Does actually force staff him out of his ult. It cancels it. Very good play from the Bat Rider. Magnus followed up a little too deep. Will-O-Wisp from the Keeper of the Light does interrupt the Dismember duration. OD does die to the Bat Rider and the Vengeful Spirit. Swap from the Venge. 4 staff from the Bat Rider. Good chains from the Ember Spirit is going to lock down the Pudge. Magnus does manage to get away from the Keeper of the Light. Pudge does obviously die as well. Let's see, what is Keeper of the Light going for? What does he have on the Courier? I can't select it for some reason. Does have a mech on the Courier. So he has an Aghanims, Aetherlands, and a mech. It's an extremely farm Keeper of the Light at 11k net worth. Let's see, Void does now have the completed Daedalus. Is going to be hitting very hard. Does not have stats though, so he's very well. I guess he's not actually very squishy. He has 1500 health. That's not. Can't really say that's squishy. I guess he does have the Aghanims. That gives a lot of health. Venge with the 4 staff. Bat Rider. About 2700 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. Ember is going for the... Well, does have a Maelstrom, I guess just sitting on a casual Perseverance, maybe planning to go for a Lincoln's. What's going on the line? Chrono lands on 3 from the Faceless Void. Wait, did he get Balance Strike afterwards? Does get Silence from the Grimstroke and does die. Dismember used. Wukong's command also used. 14k lead. It's massive gold, or how much gold swing was just that? Just the Faceless Void in the middle of 5 people gave them 2k experience and a 1400 gold swing, 1200 gold swing. Keeper of the Light is hit with a Silence from the Grimstroke, does get skewered back from the Magnus. 2 chains lands on 2 from the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit is going in, does have a double damager, and is silenced by the Grimstroke, does kill the Silence. Doesn't have a chain on the Magnus, his auto attacking Magnus is dead. Good stun from the Vengeful Spirit on the Grimstroke. Grimstroke, however, does lock together the Venge and the Bat Rider. Venge does die. Sanity's Eclipse from the OD almost kills the Bat Rider. Bat Rider does die in the end. Ember Spirit buys back, does manage to kill the Monkey King, however, instantly dies back from the Magnus. Magnus used RP. That is a 4 for 1? No, a 4 for 2. Magnus died, bought back. That's a 7k XP swing and a 3.6k gold swing. Faceless Void does have Chrono, is going to Chrono the Pudge, is probably going to kill the Pudge unless he gets extremely unlucky. Does kill the Pudge, is hit with the Silence from the Grimstroke, is getting poked by this Grimstroke. This Grimstroke hits very hard, is at half health, manages to time walk away. OD does, however, have 68 Ant Stolen in the Sanjin Kai, so it's very fast. Blinding Light used, or not Blinding Light, Will-O-Wisp from the Keeper of the Light is locking down the OD for a while. Faceless Void is still running him down. Is very speedy though. With the 452 move speed, is shrining up. Monkey King is there, invisible. Is going to kill the Faceless Void, and then balance strikes the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light does die, and then Venge is also probably going to die by trying to save the Keeper of the Light. Does die, so there's a triple kill for the Outworld Devourer. Another 3k gold swing, 5k XP swing. let's take a look at this dip from a near enough 15k swing to a 7k swing. I just missed a kill. Who died? The Bat Rider killed the Magnus. Was Lasso used? Lasso was used. Only 60-second cooldown. Monkey King is not going to kill the Bat Rider. Good blink away. Does stealth in. Gets a couple of Echo Saber swings. Who killed? Ember Spirit did kill the Grimstroke actually. Grimstroke with the Yasha and Kaya. Ember going for he's going for the Super Late Battle Fury. 6k lead now. Only a 6k lead. It's quite a swing actually. Keeper of the Light going for the 4th staff next. Completed Hood onto the Pudge, going for the Blade Mail next. It's fairly close to it, about 700 gold, 600. BKB on the OD. This is going to make him very strong in the team fights. They're not going to have the damage to kill him with the BKB, I believe. They are trying to run down the Pudge. Lasso used onto the Pudge. He's very tanky though, 2.3k health with the Hood. Did not pop the Hood. Is going to die to the Keeper of the Light. Rotation from the Magnus and the OD. OD does have Midas, does not Midas. Is he gonna Midas? Midas OD. Does Midas. Who died? Monkey King does get killed by the Faceless Void. Chrono used, probably just died solely in the Chrono. Maybe some lucky crits. Minus armor from the Venge. Will of the Wisp used OD BKBs. Did not probably use his Equilibrium properly. Is completely out of mana. Is not going to be able to follow up because he is completely out of mana. Looks like they are going to try to go in. Good Searing Chains from the Ember Spirit does lock down the Grimstroke. Grimstroke is going to die from the right clicks. $12k. Wait, what happened? We're back up to a 12k net worth lead. Oh, this is crazy. From a Vengeful Spirit does die in the base. So does OD. Void did not have Chrono, so Void and Vengeful Spirit dove the Outworld Devourer. They did manage to get the kill, but it cost both of their lives. They did manage to get the tower. That was probably not worth it. It looks like they could have just taken the free racks here. Probably should have settled for the free racks instead of trying to dive in OD. Keeper of the Light, spamming out the waves. Does get hooked by the Pudge. However, Flame Break does not cancel the ult. Lasso used onto the Pudge. Pudge, however, is very tanky. Does now have the completed Blade Mail. Is going to return a lot of damage to the Bat Rider. However, Bat Rider does get healed and with the Illuminate and the mech. Good Boundless Strike to stop the Bat Rider from pushing. However, he does blink in and continues to chase. Illuminate does land. Bat Rider does get the kill on the Pudge. Pudge is getting chased down, or Bat Rider is getting chased down by the Monkey King. Monkey King does land the slow from the Primal Spring. Grimstroke also lands a super long range slow and manages to get the ult to lock him and the Venge together. Swap does not break the tether because it was not far enough distance. Wukong's command used, followed by a Balance Strike on 2. Grimstroke does get the double kill on the Vengeful Spirit and the Bat Rider. Monkey King manages to get the kill on the Keeper of the Light. Looks like Faceless Void now has a Desolator going for the BKB next. I was gonna say he's gonna Shadow Blade in, but he does not have a Shadow Blade. Is going to look for kills. He's feeling very confident now that he has this Desolator. Is going to hit extremely hard. Grimstroke going for the sheep next. Hex. It'll be a very big item. See how he gets double hex, and there's no BKBs out on the Dire team yet. Faces Void, the only one actually even queuing one up. Batrider does have the Aghanim Scepter soon. Chrono used onto the Outworld Devourer, however, does get Yules from the Magnus. Is going to live. Blink RP used from the Magnus, followed by the Skewer. Monkey King right clicks and does kill the Faces Void. Monkey King does have the BKB. 400 primal spring damage, 20 attack speed, 600 range. A Shadow Bladed in is probably going to get a double kill here. Does hit very hard. Tether used from the Grimstroke. Silence on both of them. Grimstroke gets the kill on the Vengeful Spirit. Monkey King gets the kill on the Ember Spirit. Only a 5k in net worth lead now. It does look like they're going to push this tier 2. There is the cast range on the Grimstroke, so it does hit very hard, or not hard. His Stroke of Fate is a very long range spell now, clears out the waves from an incredible distance.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
My throat is killing me. I'm gonna need to make some tea after this. Put some honey in it. Wukong's command is to try to get the tower. Will-O-Wisp used does lock down the 3 of them. They are trying to right-click it though. It is evading. Oh, because blinding lighted. Wukong's command down does BKB to kill the Will-O-Wisp. Probably didn't need it, but does anyways. Is just hitting the tower. Is fairly low health though, so I'd like to see. Batrider does have lasso. Monkey King just going to wall away low health. Monkey King, or not Monkey King. Batrider does blink. Lasso onto the Pudge, follows him back. It's taking a lot of damage from Blade Mail, swapped back in from the Vengeful Spirit. Faces forward, time walked in trying to find someone else. Did not manage to catch anyone. Might run into the Outworld Devourer. Outworld Devourer is, however, very fast. Does have 493 move speed with the Face Boots popped. Faces Void did not manage to get sight on him. Is just up here hitting the shrine. Keep towing that. Ember Spirit does now have the blink and the Battle Fury. What are his talents? He has True Strike. But Searing Chains damage, I didn't even know. Ember had a True Strike. I wonder why he went for True Strike. No one has evasion. I don't know. Maybe just preemptively getting it in case there is eventually a butterfly in the Monkey King. There is a BKB on the Magnus as well. Grimstroke, fairly close to his hex. We'll have it about 700 gold. They are just doing the Roshan. Forward with the Deso, hits very hard, getting 764 crits. It does die. They do give the Aegis to the Void. Finge going for the Aghanims, has in about 2k gold. Pudge going for the Sanjinkaya also. I'm kind of noticing a trend. Sanjinkaya BKB. Sanjinkaya BKB. BKB. Good Searing Chain. Good Chrono onto the Outworld Devourer. However, Yules does stop him from killing the OD. Followed by a great tether from the Grimstroke. Great Will-O-Wisp from the Keeper of the Light to lock them down. So Void does manage to escape. However, he's just trying to heal up on creeps. RP used on 2. Aegis is popped. Vengeful Spirit does die. Lasso used onto the Magnus. Magnus is going to let Magnus die actually. Outworld Devourer chasing down the Ember Spirit. Sanita's Eclipse drains all of the Ember's mana. Ember Spirit does manage to get the kill. The Ancient Creeps actually rooted the OD. It's 5 dead for the Radiant actually. Or for the Radiant. 5 back from the Monkey King and the Grimstroke. That was a hectic fight. I think I missed about half this stuff. Dude, I fumbled. They are backing up from this. Blinding Light used Chrono. Second Chrono is up. PS25 did take the Chrono AoE. Is going to kill the Monkey King. Buyback from the Outworld Devourer, no Chrono.
Radiant's middle tower
Is getting right-clicked by the Arcane Orb, took a lot of damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Daedalus queued up for the Ember Spirit, did go for the 2 Sleight of Fist charges. 40% magic resistance onto the Keeper of the Light. That's an interesting spell. I guess it's for the Grimstroke, because they don't have a lot of magic damage, I think. I guess Pudge as well, but they have a lot of physical and true. Pudge went for the 30 XP and the lifesteal. Almost has his Kaya. 60-second Arcade Orb Int Steal is very good. Seeing as how they do not have BKBs, I mean, and it's just good. Longer stat steal is always better. Magnus went for the Skewer range, the strength, and the health. Oh, what does Monkey have? Monkey went for the... Oh yeah, we already went over that. Movement speed onto the Bat Rider. Probably go for the wave, or the Vengeance Aura. Ember Spirit is in the mid lane, does not land the Sleight of Fist. Keeper of the Light charges Illuminate, does land on the Grimstroke. Sleight of Fist also lands on the Grimstroke. Does get a blink. Sleight of Fist chains onto the Grimstroke, does go into the base and kill him. They do kill the Phantom. Remnants away, maybe worried for them. Power Chrono and BKB used on the Outworld Devourer and the Pudge. Pudge dies. Lasso used onto the Magnus. Pulls him out of the range of the Faces Forward. Maybe not the best idea. They are just trading right clicks with the Outworld Devourer with his BKB on. Outworld Devourer Astrals himself does manage to live. Wukong command channel from the Monkey King. Good skewer RP in the middle of the Wukong command. Sending his lips does manage to get 2 of them. Faces Void and the Bat Rider Olympic away on the left side. With the Ember Spirit just right-clicking the tower. Objective Gaming. He's a man who knows he needs to hit towers, so he goes for it. Does Remnant away, gets double damage. Monkey King does find the Faceless Void. Does manage to pick up the kill. Lincoln Sphere soon on the Monkey King. So they are holding. 35 to 52, only a 5k net worth. What is win percentage? It says a 75% chance for the Dire. It was what is this? A 90% chance, and then it dropped all the way down to a 50. Now we're back up to 75. Let's look at this. Look at this gold chart. Oh yeah, that's a good ride. I'd pay for that ride. Roshan 3 minutes away, possibly. Does have the Hurricane Pike on the Outworld Devourer, going for the Hex next. It's fairly close to it. Is right-clicking down the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit Remnants away. Does have 40 int stolen. Pudge went for the 180 gold per minute. It's going to generate gold very quickly now. Blink Lasso lands on the OD. OD, however, does BKB first, so did he chain? Chains does not land because he was BKB'd. Lasso does, or Monkey King, no, does get the kill on the Bat Rider. Did Magnus yield the, okay. Vengeful Spirit swaps, does die in return, does manages to save the Ember Spirit. However, the Magnus did interrupt the Pudge Dismembered by using the Ember Spirit. It's not well communicated teamwork. Monkey King Primal jumps onto the Keeper of the Light, does get his stacks off, what is called Jingu Mastery. Will of the Wisps used, maybe will keep him alive, does keep him alive. Ember Spirit Remnants back in. Chrono onto the Pudge from the Void. Void does get the kill on the Pudge. BKB starts trading right hits with the Outworld Devourer. Outworld Devourer 4 staffs away. RP used on the Faceless Void, however, is BKB'd. Ember Spirit is going to kill the Outworld Devourer, however, Void also does die in return to the Monkey King. Wukong's command used. Illuminate, spamming out the waves. Does have the 200 Illuminate damage and heal.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Ember Remnanting towards the bot lane, gonna clear out the waves. is going for a rapier next item, actually. That is a big play. Two sleight of fists. If they crit, it is going to wipe out a lot of the enemy team. Lincoln Sphere completed on the Monkey King. Going for a Lotus onto the Magnus. Grimstroke has... Looks like he has this completed Hex. Does have the completed Hex. Venge. Still 1700 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter. Outworld Devourer is now the leading... highest net worth, leading the charts. That's actually pretty shocking how well he's recovered. Seeing how Faceless Void was top of the charts by a large margin. Faceless Void also going for a Divine Rapier. Sitting at only 2k health, does not have any stats, does not even have upgraded boots. Bought 3 smokes. Keeper of the Light going for the full Greaves. Will help. Well, actually, will not remove the silence. There's not a lot that it lends us, however, it is a bigger AoE heal. Will not cost mana. Sanj and Kaya soon on the Bat Rider. The extra move speed will be extremely nice. Letting him lasso targets further away. Does he? Yeah, he does have his Aghanims. Maybe a smoke here from the Dire team. Yeah, it looks like there will be a smoke here from the Dire team. They did kill the ward. Where are they going to go? Are they going to run into the Grimstroke with the Invisirune? Maybe, maybe not. Do they have any type of detection? They do have some sentries. Grimstroke, however, does reveal himself to shove out the wave. Monkey King here going for the butterfly next. So it is a good thing Ember Spirit went for the True Strike. Does use his Primal Spring. They do run in the Grimstroke, instantly bash, however. He does swap them into his team, so he gets a 4-man stun. Good 3-man RP. Chrono used as well. Sentinel's Eclipse does manage to kill the Venge. Monkey King does not manage to kill anyone. Is Ember... Keeper of the Light is force-staffed out of the Wukong command. No one dies. Vengeful dies for the Grimstroke. Good hook onto the Bat Rider from the Pudge. Blinding Light does, however, land on the Monkey King. Monkey King dies to the Sleight of Fist from the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit also manages to kill the Magnus. Illuminates, keeping people up. Is it daylight? I can't tell. It is night. Bat Rider goes a little too deep. Eats a Dismember from the Pudge. And Outworld Devourer does kill him with the Arcane Orb. Roshan is spawned. This is second Roshan. Does have cheese. Only a 1k lead. Win chart is flip-a-flopping. Break even XP. Almost break even gold. Now this is a game of Dota again. Pudge sitting on the sides. Does not have vision. So just hiding here. There are 3 dead. Is this going to be a lane of Brax? They really should just be taking the open lane already. Hex onto the Faceless Void. Late BKB, so however he does not manage to kill the Faceless Void. He is hexed again from the Grimstroke from the ultimate. Faceless Void and Ember Spirit both dead. The Illuminate is not enough to kill them. To kill the Outworld Devourer. This is a bit too ballsy of a play. Didn't expect the... what even is this called? The Soulbind. Soulbind into the double hex. Hexed the Faceless Void and the Chrono, actually. Senjakai completed on the Pudge just from running down this lane. He's going to go try to hit buildings. He hits pretty hard, actually, hitting for 270. Magnus. Is he going to chase down the Vengeful Spirit? Does not commit. Blink Lasso on the Bat Rider is a flying moving pig. Manages to pull the Bat Rider into his base. Or pull the Pudge into his base. Pudge, however, is very tanky, just walks away. Monkey King hitting the buildings is going to kill this ranged barracks. Illuminate doing some good chip damage. Hook does miss, blinding light on 2. Monkey King BKBs and is just hitting this barracks. Gonna try to kill this barracks. Wukong's command channeled. does manage to land the Boundless Strike onto the Vengeful Spirit. Looks like this is Will-O-Wisp used from the Keeper of the Light. Blink BKB into the from the Magnus, followed by a swap RP used on just the Vengeful Spirit. Blinding Light, however, is going to keep her alive, followed by the mech. This barracks is going to die though. Good hook onto the Keeper of Light from the Pudge, however, he does get Glimmer Caped and just runs away. Stun used onto the Pudge from the Vengeful Spirit. Swap Chrono onto the Magnus from the Faceless Void is going to kill the Magnus. Pudge dismembering the Vengeful Spirit does die. Monkey King also dead there. What is a 4 for... What, a 4 for nobody? Yeah, 4 for nobody. Does have buyback on the Grimstroke and buyback on the Pudge. However, there's no buyback on the Magnus or the Monkey King. They should... Does he have Chrono up again? Does not have Chrono up. Good lasso onto the OD from the Bat Rider. Soulbind, however, does connect the two of them. OD does manage to get 2 kills onto the Vengeful Spirit and the Bat Rider. OD and Pudge both buyback. Pudge does land a hook onto the Faceless Forward, followed by Dismember. Faceless Forward does just die. OD does kill the illusion of the Vengeful Spirit. Keeper of the Light going for the refresher for the double Will-O-Wisp. As actually a game-winning item. If you time it properly, it's almost, you're basically almost infinitely stunned for the full duration. Double damage and haste on the Ember Spirit. Those are some lovely runes. Does have 2 completed Daedalus. Does still have the Rapier queued up, so whether he goes for it or not, we'll see. Oh. Does now have a Shiva's onto the OD. It's very tanky. Ember is actually leading the net worth. Is at 2,600 now. Keeper of the Light pinging for the Roshan. Monkey King still a little bit of ways away from his Battle Fury. However, Ember does have True Strike already. Magnus still queuing up the Lotus Orb. Is quite a ways away. Actually, if he dismantles his Arcane Boots, we'll actually have it about 1,100 gold. Pudge also has a completed Shivas. Maybe should have went with the AC, seeing as how OD also has a Shivas. Radiant team is going for the Roshan. There is no Faceless Void for 3 seconds. However, they do take this very slow. Monkey King is not there. He's shoving out the bottom lane. Does now have his Butterfly if he wishes to buy it. Vengeful Spirit does have Aghanim's, checks the pit, sees the illusions doing it. It's kind of low health. Still just the Rapier queued up on the Faceless Void. I'd like to see Boots or something. But, I mean, it's 51 minutes. If he doesn't have Boots, he's not going to get him until travels. Does have the Refresher onto the Keeper of the Light, saving for buyback, it looks like. That's going to be very, very big for the next fight. Rapier also picked up on the Ember Spirit. That is also going to be massive for the next fight. Bat Rider queuing up the Octarine Core. Checking to see if they're doing Roshan. They're not doing Roshan. Let's see. People starting at 25. What does Magnus have? 1 second RP stone. BKB blink from the Magnus into the pit. Maybe thinking they were doing it. Does, however, manage to land a skewer onto the Vengeful Spirit. Chrono lands on both the Monkey King and the OD. BKBs does not finish off the Monkey King. Monkey King lives. Oh man, that is such a misplay from the Void. I guess expecting to get the kill. RP used onto just the Keeper of the Light. However, the Soulbind does manage to hex both the Keeper of the Light and the Monkey and the Faceless Void. Both die. Wukong's command used. That was a bit of lag there. It was game lag, not my lag. That was that did not go great. Yes. It does look like they are going to get Roshan, finally. So this is quite big, actually. Radiant team holding the advantage is going to have Aegis and Cheese. As one racks up.
Roshan has fallen.
But at this point in the game, it's about whoever dies without buyback. Radiant team is much better at sieging. The Dire team does not have building hitters really. The only building hitter they have is Vengeful Spirit, but she's a support. Going straight up. Looks like they're going to try to go for this buyback. Faceless Void does buyback. Looks like they're going to go for this bottom tier 3 tower. Pudge is tanking it and smacking away. Is healing from Rod on the creep slightly. Does get a good chrono from the Faceless Void, lands on OD and the Pudge. Big crits from the Ember Spirit does almost kill the... Grimstroke does get killed by the cleave from the Ember Spirit with the Rapier. Ember Spirit is just teeing off, does manage to kill the Pudge. Faceless Void does die in Return of the Monkey King. Wukon's command used. Astral Imprisonment used saves the OD. Is very low, is going to die from the side of Fist. Monkey King also very low. Is going to just leap away. So that's the power. Is it okay? Blink is not up. Doesn't have lasso anyways. Now has the refresher on the Keeper line. This is very big plays with the Ember Spirit, locking them in place for the cleave and the 2 side of Fist. This is the power that Rapier Ember destroyed that team fight with the double crits. It does have the Battle Fury on the Monkey King, however, it does have True Strike onto the Ember Spirit. They do have Vision onto the Monkey King, Change lands, RP lands on both the Monkey King and the Bat Rider. Blinding Light does stop the skewer momentarily, but it does land. Refresher used for the second Will-O-Wisp. Monkey King and Magnus both dead. Buyback from Monkey King and the Magnus. This does look like it's going to be at least a 1 lane of barracks. Balance Strike used to harass. Doesn't do too much damage. No Grimstroke for 8 seconds. No Pudge for 30. No OD for 50. They are going for the second lane of barracks, not trying to get greedy and end. Inkswell used on the Monkey King, tried to stealth in, did get knocked back, so I wasn't able to get the stun off. Wukon's command used, Soulbind also used onto the Keeper of the Light, slows him in the ultimate, does die to the Monkey King. Ember blinked in, Sleight of Fisted the Grimstroke, however he did not die. Vengeful Spirit is hexed, does die in return. Ember Spirit, being a little greedy, does not have mana from Remnant. Does land the chain. Is he going to die? Monkey King chasing. Ember Spirit does just TP away. Blinked away. They did not have vision. That was very risky. Could have died if they had vision. They did have Balance Strike to stop it. So that was 2 lane of barracks. 6k lead now. Win percentage chart's pretty crazy. Ember, very high on the net worth. Does have an F for the second Rapier if he just wants to YOLO it. Does have the he did listen to me. Did go for the 50-something minute phase boots on the Faceless Void. Does have buyback. Looks like he's holding for it. Octarine Core now on the Bat Rider. Smoke used right as Outward Devourer decided to farm, so he does immediately break the smoke.
Dire are scanning.
Monkey King going for something. What is it going for? As an ultimate orb? Is that a Scotty? No, it's going for Silver Edge. Okay. Monkey King has the completed Silver Edge.
For my coffers.
Grimstroke does have the Helman's Halberd. It'll be very nice to use on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit does not have BKB, so we'll eat the full disarm. There's no way to break it. They have no Lotuses, no BKBs. Bat Rider is not going to be found. Might be found. Monkey King hunting around. There's a Blink Slight Remnant from the, or Blink Slight Chains from the Ember Spirit. Did get a crit, however, Outworld Devourer does have 40 armor, so it only did about 500 damage, which is still a lot. There is now a smoke from the Dire team. This is a DD rune. This is a big rune for Ember Spirit if they let him have it. DD and haste. Magnus. Still going for the Lotus Orb. Has had almost no farm. What is this? Aeon Disc on the OD soon. That'll be very big. Will stop him from dying in the Chronos. Monkey King, same items. I think maybe Monkey King also needs an Aeon Disc. 2 rapiers now on the Ember. It looks like he's just gonna hold one in the stash for the backup rapier, a rapier in case he dies, so he can get it back out and just remnant in for a buyback. Refresher soon on the Keep of the Light is gonna be pretty big. This will be the first time we'll have the opportunity to see 2 Will-O-Wisps. Wisps. Should make a big difference in the team fights. Vengeful Spirit going for the Aether Lens. It looks like they're planning for maybe a 3rd smoke. Do they have a smoke? Vengeful Spirit does have a smoke. Batrider is AFK. They do smoke? Are they going to be able to find anyone? They do have vision on the OD. Maybe they saw the Monkey King as well. It does look like they're going to run into Pudge. Pudge does manage to TP away. Monkey King lives in the tree. However, they do get the OD into it. Aeon Disc does pop, so he should not die in the Chrono. However, it does just get bashed a time or two. 4 staffs away, followed up by Silence, Hex, and RP used on the Faceless Void. Faceless Void does die to the Sanity's Eclipse. Monkey King lassoed by the Bat Rider. However, Swap breaks the lasso. Will-O-the-Wisp lands on nobody. Magnus and Grimstroke did die. Monkey King shrining up is ticking down. Does he have the... Does have the Firefly duration instead of the Flame Break duration. Does have an Arcane though. I guess that's why I had 2 off. So this is 2 down. No Grimstroke, no Magnus. No Wukong's Command. However, there are no creeps in the bottom lane. But I guess I could just go tank the tower because the backdoor protection is broken. Pudge walks in, looks for a Dismember. Does get blindly lighted and swapped back in, followed by the stun. Flame Break knockback. Second Will-O-Wisp used. BKB used on the OD. Pudge is not going to die yet. OD does manage to kill the Ember Spirit. Does get hit with a lasso. Keep of the Light does pick up the Rapier. Buyback from the Ember Spirit. Gets the second Rapier. Kills the Monkey King. Pudge and OD buyback. Is Keep of the Light going to give Ember his Rapier back? Swaps out the Battle Fury. Is this going to be the end of the game? Are they going to try to end it here? Pudge clearing the creep wave. Does get swapped back in, followed by the stun. Big crit from the Ember Spirit. Pudge is at half health. Second one, another big crit. And a 3rd big crit. Pudge does die. Grimstroke and OD are back up. Grimstroke does have Soulbind, but Faceless Void is also back up. Grimstroke swapped out by the Venge does live. Chrono and Lasso both used on to the Outworld Devourer. Outworld Devourer does die. 5 seconds left for the Magnus, but it's 5 dead on the Dire Radiant team. Magnus only one alive now. This definitely looks like it's the end of the game. Good RP use. Skewer does not land though. I don't know. That looked funky. Well, that was the game. That was a hectic 62-minute game. That was a massive back and forth swings. I mean, it was so hard to tell who was actually going to win that fight. It was crazy. The charts were all over the place. Let's take a look at these graphs again. Player net worth. No, look at this. Team XP and net worth. I mean, it was just... I mean, it's mountaintops right here. This was outrageous. It was such a crazy hectic game. Bat Rider with the massive rotations. Early game, I think at one point it was like 11-0, 9-0, something like that. However, they did manage to lose grasp of the game a bit. Just weren't able to take towers. They just didn't have a good comp to take advantage of all the rotations. Ember Spirit with the 2 rapiers in the end did manage to pull it together though. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the cast. Please leave any comments and criticism in the comments. Send me a message and please send me any other games you might have to cast. Thank you so much.